All right, guys, thanks so much for listening to another one of our live from CCW mini CXCP episodes. I'm super excited for today. We have Ashu Dubey joining us. Ashu is the CEO at Gleen, one of the super cool companies that has been out on the floor the last couple of days, meeting and listening and learning to all of the awesome folks that are been here at CCW. Ashu, say hello to the CX Nation, my friend.
Thank you so much, Adrian, for having me. Hey, everyone. I'm Ashu Dubey, co-founder and CEO of Gleen AI. We are a team based out of San Francisco. AI company. Very excited to be here.
We're pumped to have you, brother. I mean, so guys, Ashu and I met the other day when we were just walking around, meeting with different vendors, meeting with some of the providers. Guys, there's a ton of incredible technology. There's a ton of incredible things to learn. This is what Ashu and I were just talking about. It's like, there's just so much stuff here that even if you think you already know our space and you think you know this industry,
it's changing. Yeah,
it's just
it's changing quickly.
It's changing fast. So Ashu and his team at Gleen.
And you have got a good eye, I must say that.
I try, man. I try. But when Ashu and I met, I said, you got to come in. You got to talk about Gleen. His company's building something super duper cool. And I just to set the stage before you jump into the Gleen story, Ashu, like, we were just joking. The number one thing that most people are here at Customer Contact to be talking about this week, it's generative AI. It's understanding how machine learning and AI is disrupting and changing and optimizing for all of us.
Yeah.
And Ashu's team at Gleen is doing some incredible things. So let me pass the microphone to you. Spend a couple minutes just talking about how'd you guys start Gleen? How'd you build the initial team? And what are some of the things you guys are doing with your customers today?
Awesome. Yeah. So Gleen started around 2 years ago when I was leading product growth, top of the funnel at LinkedIn, and my co-founder was leading business messenger group at Facebook,
awesome.
Meta now. And we saw AI coming. We knew customer support sucks.
Yep.
Pardon my French.
No, it's okay.
Then it's before ChatGPT came to the scene.
Yep.
This is May 2022. ChatGPT comes in November. And we realized we are on the cusp of a new revolution in CX. This can change things. And then we jumped in and we started creating products, doing early demos with the customers, and they loved it. Now, fast forward 2 years later, most of the AI that you see at CCW right now is AI which is agent facing.
Okay.
So it's an AI
Yep.
helping the agents
Yep.
be better, more efficient. We are user facing AI.
Okay.
So we directly help users get their queries resolved,
Yep.
do things for them, which means our bar for accuracy and relevance is way
Okay.
higher.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what we do in a nutshell. We collect knowledge from all your knowledge sources, tools, and we not just answer users' questions, but we also do things for them. For example, users are saying, change my order, cancel my plan. Our AI does all of that.
I love it. So like, this is a big thing that I think and I want you to explain this, Ashu, but like, this is almost like one of the big confusing points is people think about AI and they think about how is AI gonna help me, how's it gonna help my team? It's not just, and I think what I've heard a lot of the conversations, tell me if you've heard otherwise, you've been out on that floor, you've been out in the battle a lot longer than you've been out on that floor, but what I'm hearing is like people thinking that it's going to help their agents maybe with being able to quickly search customer information, be able to quickly find potential resolution paths, being able to quickly search or filter things that otherwise they would have been doing manually. Mm-hmm. But what you're saying is what you and what your team at Gleen are doing is taking a step further. It's number one, doing all of that, doing the assessment, for lack of a better term to simplify it, but then you're also being able to potentially fulfill or tee up
Absolutely.
a demand. And that's where this stuff gets, this is where it becomes a game changer.
Absolutely. So you got it absolutely right. Most of the stuff is around helping agents, and we think of it in terms of like crawl, walk, and run.
Yeah.
And so we are with agent assist AIs, we are in the crawl and walk phase.
Okay.
And where we are slightly ahead of the curve is the run phase.
Okay.
And many of our customers come to us for agent assist,
Yep.
and they start using the user assist,
Yeah.
if that's a better word. And what we also believe that a real AI should be able to help users directly,
Yep.
rather than be behind the agents. Don't get me wrong. AI can elevate the output of agents.
Totally.
It does.
Yeah.
We have that product.
Yeah.
We love it. Our
Yeah.
agents love it.
Yeah.
But there are times when users just want that query thing resolved.
Yeah. Yep.
They just want that order refunded.
Yep.
That plan canceled.
Yep.
And they don't want to wait even for 2 minutes to talk to an agent.
Yep.
So why not make it available to them so that agents can focus on more nuanced
Definitely.
tasks where AI cannot do.
Yeah.
So that's our philosophy.
I love it. And Ashu, you know what it makes me think about too? And I was joking with you just a minute ago before we popped into this, but like, even us at CX Chronicles, guys, we work with all these different customers and we work with all these incredible different businesses. But what Ashu just said is one of the biggest opportunities they have in front of them, which is, hey, instead of like a senior support manager or a director of support taking time to bang out the next 10, 20, 50, 100 lower severity tickets, or frankly, lesser important tickets, things that could, frankly, our friends that are building this type of AI technology could easily take off of our plate. Guess who's got more time for your critical or your high severity tickets?
Exactly.
Things that like you're not just banging it out really quickly. There's investigation. You've got to do phone calls.
Yeah.
Maybe there's conversations internally before you can even get back to the resolution.
Exactly.
Some of the complex things.
Yeah.
You're saving your people's time for that type of stuff, which is going to have the biggest bang for its buck.
Exactly. So it improves the overall customer experience, because customers, where they can get faster help, they get faster help through AI. Where they need more nuanced help, humans come in the loop. That's we believe the role of AI should be in the overall support space.
Love it. Can you talk a little bit about the team that you built at Gleen, and even if it's just kind of what are some of the early roles or some of the early positions or some of the early focus areas that are kind of building the technology and managing the customers that you guys have today?
So we are primarily a bunch of product and engineers and researchers based out of San Francisco. So PhDs, as I said, my co-founder has been one of the best engineers at Meta. We have other engineers, similar position, like very, very smart people, and similar backgrounds, like Amazon, McKinsey. Then we have customer support engineers. So we don't have customer support managers. We have customer support engineers.
Right. I like
that.
So
every customer who works with us gets a customer support engineer dedicated to them. And ironically, customers buy us for AI support, but they love our human support more.
Nice. I believe it.
Yeah.
Well, this stuff's complex.
Exactly.
And just like anything else in life, you need to have a part, not the solution, I hate to say it, and no offense to some of our incredible folks that are on the floor today, but like the solution's part of it. Humans and teams and different organizations, once you have the solution, you still need a partner or a strategic advocate that can help with the utility. How do you use the solution? How do you implement the solution? How do you test it, right? Because every time, once you put a powerful tool like Gleen in front of a new customer, they got to figure out how to make it work with
Exactly. And as you know, like many customers are like figuring out like where does AI fit into my overall contact center strategy? I'm using these tools. Where do you put Gleen into it? I want to use it. So there is a bit of a consultancy involved. Then there is a bit of implementation support involved, and of course the ongoing support, like they need help. And also the other thing to note is this stuff is changing. What we are using today, 1 year from now in CCW, we'll be talking about different things for sure, right? And so our customers need the confidence that I'm with a partner that's evolving with the times. And I'm not buying a technology that's stuck in time, and 5 years down the line I have to buy another technology. And so with us, they get the peace of mind with the engineer that's always with them in a strategic consulting approach, helping them understand the scene as it's evolving.
I love it. For your ICPs today, for the primary customers and the primary types of businesses that Gleen is targeting, what do they kind of look like? Just to give our listeners a sense, who are some of the companies or some of the people that you get the most excited when they've been walking by the booth today?
These are like VPs of customer support, VP of customer experience, head of IT, because they're also involved in evaluating these solutions. And ideally, you have 100 or more support agents working on resolving customer support queries. We typically see between 50 to 70% of resolution rates by AI. So that's like pretty decent.
Fantastic.
Like, people love that. And that's a range depending on like how nuanced your business is. But typically it's that. We are very strong in e-commerce, where the volume is typically very high. We are making good inroads in fintech and healthcare. They are slightly more regulated industries, so over there customers are a bit more suspect. You know, they are still thinking about their AI strategies, and which is where we help them think about how to think about this general space overall, and how to think about Gleen. Sometimes it's a fit, sometimes it's not a fit. But that's where we stand in terms of ICP.
I love it, man. That's fantastic. So Ashu, before we wrap up, I want to ask 2 more questions about the industries or about this event that we're at today. What is like 1 or 2 of the biggest surprises that you and your team at Gleen are going to leave CCW that maybe you came here thinking you thought you were going to hear? I
Yeah.
want to hear like what are the 1 or 2 biggest surprises that you're leaving this conference from?
Yeah. So the bit surprising piece for me, we live in San Francisco, which is the hub of AI. Like this is the cradle of where AI begins. And before heading for CCW, I was thinking, okay, I'll have a lot of competition. Everyone talking about AI, and all the solutions will look similar. But it turns out we live in the future. So when I come to CCW, most of the prospects are still thinking about agent assist AI.
Yep.
Probably we are the only one, or maybe there may be 1 or 2 more companies which are directly user-facing AI. I'm sure next year that's going to be the talk of the town at CCW is like, how can you directly assist users? But right now, no one is talking about it. So we are one of the only few. So I expected a lot more people in terms of competition. There is none, actually. So that's a pleasant surprise.
That's great.
Yeah. I think on the other side, where we'll have to, it's very clear that where we'll have to do a lot of work is to educate and help our customers and prospects move in this journey. In San Francisco, where everyone is like techie and nerdy, it's very easy for them to see the value. They can sometimes ignore the risk as well. Over here, the risk is a big piece of how we talk about AI. Thankfully, we have anti-hallucination technology proprietary that we have built, where the AI, like we have 2 kinds of AI, 2 AIs built into one. So one AI is the one that generates the answer, does things, and second is a supervisor AI that
QA, quality assurance.
Exactly, that QAs the output of the first AI. And so that allows our customers a peace of mind. So educating more of our customers onto that the risks are there but limited. And so walking these customers, these big customers, giving them the confidence that yes, AI can help you while you can minimize the risk as well is going to be some work.
I love that, man. I think it's going to be a lot of work for all of us. And then I think, even for me, Ashu, like leaving here, it's like, I knew I was going to hear a ton about, I knew what the loud and proud prize of the convention was going to be about. It's about people trying to become educated or further their education upon artificial intelligence, machine learning, all these things. But I think like one interesting takeaway for me too is like, you still need smart people like us that can figure out how to leverage not just the technology and all the logic and the thinking that has gone into build this incredible technology, but how do you apply it to human experiences?
Right.
And that's going to be, and I love what you just said a second ago, is like, I think we're going to keep talking about that piece even next year.
And
maybe
that's
the
where
following year. It's
like people like you come in, your role becomes extremely, extremely critical because you communicate the value, you help the community move along in the journey.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Before I let you go, Ashu, where can people get in touch with you? Where can people go check out the incredible technology you guys are building at Gleen? And where can people get in touch with your team?
Awesome. So our website is gleen.ai, GLEEN. There are other Gleens as well, so the spelling is important, GLEEN.ai. And you can find me on LinkedIn. Would love to connect and hear from all of you if anyone is interested or just wants to talk about AI. I'm happy to chat more. My name is Ashu Dubey. Just search for Ashu Dubey Gleen. I'm a top voice on LinkedIn, so you should be, hopefully LinkedIn's algorithm helps you find me easier.
That's awesome. Well, Ashu, thank you so much for joining us on the CX Chronicles podcast. It's been our absolute pleasure having you, and best of luck to you and the team at Gleen.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a blast.
Absolutely. Thank you.